Hey guys, so another quick day. I just want to go through the homework I gave you yesterday, just a few sentences, and then get you started on some more busy work for tonight. Again, just practice with the fundamentals and stuff. Okay, and so it's Wednesday. Reminder: Friday morning at 8, we'll do a live class like we've been doing, so we can cover some things about your exam and everything. Then, for now, just keep doing the work. And again, if you're behind on work, for Monday the 4th, I think is the day where this is available. I have that compilation of makeup work, and I think I said Friday initially for due date on that. I don't care too much when you get it in. If you've got a C or a D because you've been missing homework, just do that makeup work at some point before the end of the year here, and we'll be cool, right? It should be easy to get your grade back up. You just have to work at it, okay? Because I can't just give you A's for free. So that's that. We can talk more on Friday if we need. And oh yeah, look, 6 out of 11 finished the homework. That's about how it's been going. So if you're one of those people not doing things, then get on it. It's all up to you. Okay, but yesterday we had a short passage in here. I'm going to go to my document and look at it instead. So just 3 sentences. We'll just go through them quick. Legiones Romani Gallis cum gentibus pugnabant. All right. So what's our verb? Pugnabant. If I'm IDing that, third plural imperfect active, and it means fight. So we could say they were fighting. There's our sentence. Now, what can be a subject? We have a third plural verb, nominative plural subject. That's what we're looking for. And we've got the noun legiones. Okay, that's third declension, nominative plural, masculine. And Romani, this adjective actually agrees with legiones. So also nominative plural masculine. Different ending than the noun because it's a first, second declension adjective and a third declension noun, but that's fine. So the Roman legions were fighting. Legiones Romani pugnabant. The Roman legions were fighting. And now I gave you this. This phrase is a little bit difficult, but we've got cum with the ablative means with, right? Gallis, that's ablative plural, adjective. Gentibus, ablative plural, adjective. Okay, so it's cum gallis gentibus, even though the word order is interrupted. And you'll see this in Latin. It's called hyperbaton. So you take something like a prepositional phrase, which usually goes preposition, then noun and or adjective modifying the noun in that order. A lot of times Latin, for rhetorical effect, will interrupt that structure. So you can see here the adjective is outside of what we would expect for the prepositional phrase. It comes before the preposition. That's why you got to pay attention to endings. So this is really with the Gallic gentibus, tribes. So with the Gallic tribes. So the whole sentence, the Roman legions were fighting with the Gallic tribes, with the Gallic nations. Something like that. Okay? Next one, equites magnum numerum Gallorum superabant. So let's take our verb again. Third plural imperfect active, superabant. We could say they were conquering, they were overcoming. And same thing, we would need a nominative plural subject with this third person plural verb, and we have one. Equites, also third declension, is nominative plural, and it means horsemen. Okay, so the cavalrymen were overcoming, the horsemen were overcoming, and now we need a direct object for this verb, superabant. They were overcoming what? Numerum is our noun. If you look this up, it means a number or a body of troops, something like that. And it's a masculine accusative singular. Okay, magnum, adjective, first, second declension adjective. That means great, big, all these things. Also, we could ID that as masculine accusative singular. So it's a magnum numerum. They were overcoming a great number. And now we have a nice genitive noun modifying number. So a great number of what? A great number of poodles? No. A great number of Gauls. Okay? And so that's what this genitive is doing. Again, just stick with your of noun translation for the genitive, because We don't want to get into exactly what this genitive could be called, but suffice to say it limits or defines the noun numerum, just like the genitive usually does. So the horsemen were conquering a great number of the Gauls. Good, a lot of them is the sense. Okay, one more sentence here. Hostem Kaiser vincebat. A little shorter, let's take the verb first, like we've been doing. So vincebat, third singular now, just a T, right? Third singular, still imperfect, still active. And vincere means conquer. So he, she, it was conquering. Okay, do we have a nominative singular subject now to go with the singular verb? We do. It's Kaiser. His name's the third declension noun. This is the nominative form. So we could say Caesar was conquering what? Conquering what? We need an accusative direct object. Hostem is accusative singular masculine, and it means enemy. So Caesar was conquering the enemy. So whole thing, the Roman legions were fighting with the Gallic tribes. The horsemen were conquering a great number of the Gauls. Caesar was defeating the enemy. Okay, and that'll work for it. Okay, so tonight I'm going to give you a mix of a couple verb forms and a sentence or two. Okay, so we'll do an example or two here. So I'm looking at superat because I don't think I put this one on your homework. Okay, what I want you to do is ID and translate. So for verbs, we're IDing person, number, tense, voice. And really, if you get person, number, tense, I'm pretty happy. So if I were looking at superat, that is third person. This is how I want you to answer these. You can abbreviate. Third, singular, present, active. And I'm going to say indicative, but you don't need to ID mood. That's fine. Third, singular, present, active. Okay, that works. And then give me a translation. So he was overcoming for supero. That works. Okay, let's look at one more here. Laudabam. How would we do that? So laudabam. I see BA and then M. That's that weird first person imperfect ending, right? So we're going to say first singular, and it's imperfect, right? Imperfect, active, indicative. Again, you don't need to ID mood. And the verb means praise. So how would we do first person? That's I. First person singular is I. Imperfect was praising in the active voice. So I was praising. Okay, so I think I gave you four or five of those. So ID and translate verbs, and then two sentences. So I think the one I gave you is Centurio and prima acie pugnabat. So I'll leave that alone. You can take a look at it on your own. Remember, acie means battle line. But I'll do this one again, just to show you how I approach translating. So what's the verb? If our sentence is servi in opida fermentum portabant, our verb is portabant, right? And just like with your verb IDs, start there. That'll give you a good jump start on the sentence, so you don't get muddled. If you can figure the verb out, you'll probably have a good chance of figuring the whole thing out. So portabant is third plural imperfect active, right? And that verb means carry. Porto means carry. So I'm going to say they were carrying. There's our verb. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to look for automatically is there a nominative plural subject that can agree with the third plural verb? And there is. Servi is nominative plural masculine, and it means slaves. Right, so we'll say the slaves or the servants were carrying. Okay, so now we've got subject and verb all taken care of. The slaves were carrying. Now a great question next is, what were they carrying? Because carry is a transitive verb. It can take a direct object. So is there something that's accusative, singular or plural, that could be our direct object? Yes, fermentum is neuter, accusative, singular, and it means grain. So they were carrying grain. The slaves were carrying grain. And now we just have one last thing. In opida is a prepositional phrase, right? In opida. So you might know oppidum means town, and it's a neuter noun, second declension neuter. So that form, opida, is nominative or accusative plural neuter. Right now it's accusative. And here's why. We know the preposition in can work with two cases. Ablative case, where it means in, on, upon, something like that, not moving. Okay? And in can also work with the accusative case, in which case it would mean into or onto or against, something like that. So here we have in opda, in with the accusative plural. I'm going to say into the towns. All right, and there's our translation. The slaves were carrying grain into the towns. Good. So you guys do those couple verbs I gave you, and then I think there's one sentence on there. Work through it just like I did, right? Don't be cheap, don't be lazy. Find the verb, find a subject if there is one. Work through left to right. Okay, get better at this stuff, and those are the skills I'm looking for on your exam. So that's that. We'll talk to you tomorrow, though. Have a good Wednesday.